This is the reason I went to Jeremiah chapter 23 and read to you about the false prophets stealing from God's prophets, preaching lies of falsehood, deceiving people. Deceiving people, diverting them from the truth. They tell you about the bees. They tell you about the bad having 3 ribs in their mouth. They tell you about the Hebrew children being put in by a furnace, but this is all they're telling you. You can read this out of the Bible yourself. But why should you listen to them and they're not giving you no more than you saw in the beginning? They're not coming through the interpretation, but they use this message to disguise themselves as the vessels of the Antichrist. He said in these later they'll speaks the you tell you these things so they'll fool the elect. But what I am trying to show you that in Jeremiah chapter 1, he's showing you that he's talked to a specific prophet. But if that prophet comes to you and he tell you about this line, this leopard had 4 wings upon his back in Daniel, tell you about the tree that he was going to cut off that fed the whole world, and that's all he leave you with, you don't know the interpretation. He tell you about the man in Daniel having a head of gold, a chest and arms of silver, breast of brass, the legs iron, and the feet part out of part clay, and do not interpret the fact, bring a true revelation of truth, and tell you what part of Bible prophecy and who this is revealing to in these later days. They are not glorifying God. They're taking his words, using it for vain purpose. This is why I have to tell you truth. Listen at these people who tell you this, but you better walk away from them, because he make you think he know what he's talking about, and he don't. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 3. Ezekiel chapter 1 is the space shell. God broke this down, letting you know what nation in question he was talking about. But let's read start at 2, where he's talking to the prophets, verse chapter 2 and chapter 3. Space shell consumes Ezekiel chapter 1. It's the only reusable runway aircraft that any nation have. And the United States is the only nation that possesses this. So no question about it, when you read Ezekiel chapter 1, he's talking about the United States of America. But the prophet sit up in there and don't quote this, unquote, he's a deceiver. He's teaching and preaching lies of falsehood. So let's go to Ezekiel chapter 2, where I would be born, in the land of the space shuttle in the United States of America. Number 2, and he said unto me, chapter 2, Son of man, stand upon thy feet, and I will speak unto thee. In other words, these was the times of Nebuchadnezzar had went and captured the children of Israel around the river Chebar. And the Spirit entered into me when he spoke to me, and set me upon my feet, that I heard him that spoke unto me. And he said unto me, Son of man, I send thee to the children of Israel, to a rebellious nation that has rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. For they are impotent children, and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord God. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. For they are a rebellious house. You shall know that yet shall know that there has been a prophet among them. And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words. Though briars and thorns be with thee, and thou dost dwell among scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor be dismayed of their lust, though they be a rebellious house. And thou shalt speak my words unto them, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are most rebellious. But thou, son of man, hear what I say unto thee. Be thou not rebellious like the rebellious house. Open thy mouth and eat that I give thee. And when I looked, behold, a hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without, and there was written therein lamentations and mournings and woes, crying. Okay. Verse 3, chapter 3. Moreover, he said unto me, Son of man, eat that thou findest. Eat this roll, and go speak unto the house of Israel. This is the Bible. He telling me to digest, read it, and study. So I opened my mouth, and he caused me to eat the roll. And he said unto me, Son of man, cause thy belly to eat, and fill thy bowels with this roll that I give thee. Then did I eat it. It was in my mouth as honey for sweetness. And he said unto me, Son of man, go get thee into the house of Israel, and speak with my words unto them. But thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech, and of an hard language, but to the house of Israel, not to my peoples of a strange speech, and of an hard language, whose word thou canst not understand. Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have listened unto thee. But the house of Israel will not. Listen unto thee, for they will not listen unto me. For all the house of Israel are impotent and hard-headed. Behold, I have made thy face strong against their face, and thy forehead strong against their foreheads, as an adamant harder than flint have I made thy forehead. Fear them not, neither be dismayed at their love, though they be a rebellious house. Verse 10, Moreover he said unto me, Son of man, all my words that I shall speak unto thee, receive in thy heart, and hear with thy ear, and go, get thee to them of the captives unto the children of thy peoples, and speak unto them, and tell them, Thus saith the Lord God, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. Then the Spirit took me up, and I heard behind me a voice of a great rushing, saying, Blessed be the glory of the Lord from this place. 13, I heard also the noise of the wings of the living creatures that touch one another, and the noise of the wheels over against them, and a noise of the great rushing. This was the space shuttle that's spoken of